All right, guys, I think we might have something good here. My detector was just barely picking this up. As you can see, I had to turn the sensitivity here all the way up, and I see that we do have a coin in the coal. Take a listen to the signal here. There may be more coins in here, but I definitely see one right there, and it looks like it's gonna be a penny. So a funny thing happened. Look to my left, and there was a goose coming at me. My plug is right there, and the geese are feeding right there.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Ultimate Coin Hunt. The Ultimate Coin Hunt, of course, is a series where I take my metal detector from location to location looking for coins dating back all the way over the last 100 years. Every new coin I find goes into one of several collection books, and I try my best to see if we can fill up every single coin out of those collection books. So in the last few episodes, I've been hunting around some buildings that were built in 1958. Today, we're gonna try something a little different. So right now, I'm in a park that was built in the early 1900s. I've hunted this location before and found a really nice 1910 wheat penny. Now I think that this park has definitely been hunted by other people before, but I know that there's good coins here, so today I'm going to be going for quality over quantity. So obviously I'm hoping to find some older coins today, but I will take any coin that I can get. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into the hunt.
All right, guys, so this park is pretty busy today, so sorry if there's any background noise, but basically so far I have dug what I thought was a whole bunch of penny signals, ended up all being bottle caps. And now I finally got down on one which looks like it's going to be a coin. I've already pulled part of a pull tab out of the hole, but now I'm seeing a coin down here. So this is going to be one of the first coins, I guess the first coin of this hunt. And it looks like it's going to be a penny. I just don't know how old it's going to be. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a memorial for our first one here. I was hoping we'd get something a little bit older there, but it looks like it's not going to turn out this time. I think it's going to be, it looks like maybe 1970s, yeah, 1974 I think. Pretty sure we still need that one in the collection, so I'm not too mad about that. Let's get on to the next one. Hopefully we can get something a little bit older. All right, I guess this makes it a little bit better. I rechecked the hole and I was still getting a pretty screaming penny signal, and it looks like we're gonna get at least one more out of here. Another memorial scent here, so let's see if we can rub that one off and get a bit of a date on it. Looks like it's gonna be 1981 Denver. That's one of the most common coins that I end up finding. So let me just put that one to the side and let's recheck the hole just to see if there's anything else that the pinpointer is going to pick up for us. So, all right, I'm not getting anything with the pinpointer. I'll recheck it with the detector, and if there's anything else in the hole, I'll get back to you. All right, so I moved into a more quiet area of the park. This is around the area where I found the 1910 wheat penny all those years ago, and just got a very recent drop right here. You can see this has hardly been in the ground for any time at all, and I think it's a 2011, something very new. But it is a dime, so I will definitely take that. At first I saw that edge and I saw how it still had some color to it, and I was like, this might be silver, but it was pretty much right on top of the ground, so I guess that makes sense. On to the next. All right, guys, I think we might have something good here. My detector was just barely picking this up. As you can see, I had to turn the sensitivity here all the way up just to get a clear signal on it, and I see that we do have a coin in the coal, and take a listen to the signal here. So high 80s, low 90s. There may be more coins in here, but I definitely see one right there, and it looks like it's going to be a penny. So let's pull that one out. You can see it's pretty badly corroded. Man, this might be tough to get anything off of, but I'm really hoping that this is going to end up being older because it was a lot deeper than all of the other targets so far. So I think this might take some work to get cleaned up. As you can see, it's pretty muddy, but I have a feeling that this is going to be really old. Like, I'm talking 1910s, early wheat penny, hopefully. So we'll have to take a look at that. Could even be an Indian head. That would be very awesome. Wouldn't even make it into one of our coin books. So I'm going to see what I can do to try and clean this up a little bit. As you can see, it's not really coming off very well right now, so let me clean it up a bit and get back to you. All right, guys, so you saw how green that thing came out, and you don't typically see either memorial cents or Lincoln wheat cents looking like that, and that means that this is definitely going to be an Indian head penny, which I definitely wasn't expecting to find here. Not even going to fit into any of the collections because it's so old. I can see that this is the 1 cent side, the reverse. I'll go ahead and throw a picture of what that would look like cleaned up, and we are going to get this cleaned up when we get back, but this should be the front side. This is where the date is, where the Indian head would be, and you can see we have the little edges around the coin. It definitely is an Indian head, a nice green one as well. But this coin is pretty crusty, so I'm not sure if we'll be able to get a date off of it. If we do, though, we'll be doing that at the back at the studio. So I'm going to go ahead and throw you to a clip of the coin cleaned up, and hopefully we're able to get a date off of it.
Hey everybody, Future Quin here. We're back in the studio now. I got this coin cleaned up just as well as I could,
And as you can see, we are finally seeing some details come through. You can see the face of what I guess would be the Native American on the front. A little known fact here, this is actually Lady Liberty dressed up in a Native American headdress. A little weird if you ask me, but anyway, that is the front of the coin, the obverse. Really nice to find an Indian head penny, and we'll flip it over to the obverse, or the reverse rather, here, and you can see this thing is pretty chewed up, but we do see a little bit of the 1 in 1 cents right there, a little bit of the wreath over here on the left side as well. So it is in fact an Indian head penny, my first in the series and my first to come out of the ground in quite a long time, so I am happy to have it for sure. And unfortunately, it's not actually going to make it into any of the collections that we have. These ended in 1909, so this is actually older than anything that we can put into a collection. And as you can see, I'm going to put some pictures up on the left-hand side there so that you guys can see what this coin would look like if it were in a little bit better shape. And the big bummer about this one, unfortunately, is that we aren't going to be able to get a date off of it. I looked as hard as I could, and as you can see there, some of the coin is flaking off. The soil in this area just doesn't seem very good for preserving these coins, so we're not going to get a whole lot of detail off of that. You would see the date down there right underneath the head there. And then, like I said, on this side, this side's even worse off. You do see a little bit of the 1 cent there. And this is what initially tipped me off to this being an Indian head, along with those little reticles there that you can see sort of on the side of the coin. But either way, really great find, and definitely one of the best to come out of this particular spot, and also one of the best to come out of the Ultimate Coin Hunt series so far. So awesome find right there. Let's get on to the rest of the hunt and see what else we can get.
So normally I wouldn't film a signal like this, but it's very, very close to that Indian head that we just pulled out. So I'm hoping that we're going to get something off of here. It's once again in the high 80s. Take a listen. And you can see it's indicating 6 to 8 inches down there. That's a really great depth for this place right here. Having some issues pinpointing it, but we'll figure it out. I think it's about right there, and we'll cut a plug and see what we get. So unlike the last one, which was down in the bottom of the hole, this one ended up being up in the plug, which was bad sign number 1. And then when I finally found it, looks like this one is just going to be a bottle cap, like I suspected. Most of the signals out of here have been bottle caps so far, but you got to dig them if you want to find the good stuff. On to the next. All right, so we just got ourselves another coin just about a couple feet away from that Indian head penny, and it was up in the plug here. I was hoping maybe we would get a wheat here. Definitely didn't look like an Indian head on first glance, but you can see right here it's just going to be a memorial penny, and the date on that one is semi-old. As you can see, it looks like a 68, I think. Let's see if we can. Man, I gotta clean my gloves. I'm just rubbing dirt all over these coins. But yeah, I think it's going to be a 68. So definitely getting back there. Kind of close to being a wheat penny right there. Let's keep looking around here, see if we can get some more Indian heads, maybe even get something into that 09 through 1940 wheat penny collection, which I've been trying to do for so many episodes. All right, guys, so this signal was showing up in the 90s. I got it out of the hole, and it's right on the top of the plug, which is a good depth, maybe 6 inches down, and it still sounds like 90s. Let's take a listen. So I guess 90s, high 80s. Pretty interested to see what this is going to be. More likely than not, it's just going to be another bottle cap. But just in case it's something else, let's go ahead and reveal it live. So it's right about here. Shouldn't have to dig too deep for it. God, it would be really nice to see a piece of silver come out of here. Something old. Oh, I think we got something right there. And unfortunately, it's just going to be a bottle cap, as expected. I haven't been able to do very many live digs because this is usually what they turn into. On to the next. Well, it's been quite a while since I found a coin, but hey. All right, so it's been about an hour since I found anything worth filming. No coins at all. Like I said earlier, this place is about quality over quantity. But I did just find something that is not a bottle cap for once, and it was kind of deep in the hole. So I think it may be at least a little bit old. This right here looks like small handle of a screwdriver or some other tool, and it looks like the tool part broke off. But that's kind of interesting. Don't know how old it is. Let me know down in the comments if you have any idea. Well, would you look at that? Looks like we finally got ourselves a coin. About 5 minutes later, this is definitely a zinc penny. That's what it sounded like. Well, that's not too bad though. I think that'll probably go into a collection, so on to the next. So about 15 minutes later now, and I think I might have a clag quarter here, kind of shallow. Have a listen. So pretty consistent, 89, about 4 inches down. This is pretty typical of a clag quarter, but I guess it could be a bottle cap. Right about there. Let's go ahead and dig it. Hopefully we got a coin this time. So a funny thing happened. We definitely did have a clag quarter. I was just gonna get it out of the plug there and had the camera out and ready, and then looked to my left and there was a goose coming at me. And as you can see, they don't really care for me right now. You can see my plug is right there and the geese are feeding right there. You got this one over here looking at me like, get out of here. And you got another family over here. This one has babies, so they're probably even more prone to attack. I might have to come back to this hole. Don't really care for getting attacked by a goose.
You know what? You got a problem with Canada gooses. You got a problem with me, and I suggest you let that one marinate.
All right, so back to what I was saying about that clag quarter. Looks like this is probably gonna be the last find of the night. And there it is, pretty shallow. It looks like 1981. That geese family is right there. They're keeping their distance now, but before they were about right here. And I also saw one kind of attack another one and then try to pick something out of the hole. I thought he was going for the quarter.
Tell you what, if you're accusing Canada gooses of stealing, you're accusing me of stealing, I suggest you let that one marinate.
But luckily he left it there for us, and we were able to get a quarter out of this hunt, which is going to be the last coin for today's hunt. I know we didn't find too many, but man, did we find a good one. Let's get back to the studio and check all these coins out and see what we got into the collections.
All right, everybody, welcome to the wrap-up of the Ultimate Coin Hunt number 6. So to start off today's wrap-up, I'm actually going to start with the coins that didn't make it into the collection today. You saw that there weren't a whole lot, but we were looking, like I said, for quality over quantity. So some of the first coins that we were able to pull out were some copper pennies. Once again, I think this is our third 1981 Denver. That one won't be making it in, and neither will this 1974 Denver. And last but definitely not least, we have an Indian head penny, our first of the series, first of the site as well, and unfortunately we were not able to get a date on this coin. But it was really nice to find a nice old coin like this. I thought that most of these coins had been picked over. There's hardly any targets left there other than bottle caps, but I was happy to finally be able to pull one out like that. And I thought I might, because last time I was there I found a 1910 in really good shape. Now moving on to coins that did make it into the collection today, we have 4 of them, all in different collections, starting off with our 1941 through 74 Lincoln cent collection. We have one coin going in over here. It's going to be the 1968 Denver. So that one's going to be going right there at 2.8 billion minted. Next, we are looking once again at Lincoln cents, this time from 75 up through 2013. And we have a zinc penny going in over here, 1990. This one's in pretty rough shape, but we are able to get the date off of it just barely there. On the obverse, 6.9 billion of those minted. Moving down the line, we have our Roosevelt dime collection starting in 2000. So these are the pretty recent drops here, and this one ended up being a very recent drop, a 2014 Denver Roosevelt dime right there. As you can see, still has some luster left on it, and this one was so new it doesn't even get a mintage figure, but it's going to be going right there. And then our final coin for today's hunt, we had to battle some geese for, but we did finally pull it out of the ground. It's going into our Washington quarter collection from 65 through 87, and it's going to be going on the second page right here, 1981 Denver, and as you can see, it's in pretty decent shape. I really can't be too mad about that. So guys, like I said in the beginning of the hunt, we were going for quality over quantity this time. We did get a really nice coin, unfortunately just weren't able to get the date off of it. So before we end this episode, I just want to give a huge shout out to all the fans of the Ultimate Coin Hunt. I know it's a smaller audience, but it's definitely a loyal base, and I really appreciate all of your guys' support. Finding an Indian head today made me really excited to get out to the next spot and see if we can find some more old coins just like it. Only maybe we'll get some dates next time. But anyways guys, that's going to pretty much do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, because we post new videos like this every single week. Always bring you along with the hunt and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quinn's Coins, and I will see you in the next episode of the Ultimate Coin Hunt.